What's good, scholars? It's your girl Gabby here, and I am back with a brand new video. First things first, if you are not subscribed to the channel, if you're not a part of the graduating class, I don't know what you're doing. Subscribe already. All it takes is 2 seconds. You click the little red subscribe button and you're good. You're done. You're going to be in the loop and you're going to be able to keep up with all of the new content that I drop. So go ahead, hit that subscribe button, become a part of the family. All right. Number 2, I want to thank you guys for all the love that you've shown as far as the guide t-shirts. If you don't know, I did drop some merch with the official guide logo on them. Best thing about all of this is that 50% of the proceeds go straight back to a student who is in need. So if you haven't already, go click the link in the description box, buy a t-shirt. If you can't buy a t-shirt, I know that we're still in the middle of a pandemic. People's money is looking a little funny. At least share it on all of your socials for other people to support. All right, so now that's out the way, let's go ahead and jump right into our content. The reason why you are here is because you want to know party do's and don'ts. For most of you who are watching this video, you're probably freshmen going into college. You're excited. This is a very great time. There are still many campuses that are planning to open up in the fall, and a part of freshman year is going to parties. A part of it, college experience, is turning up, being lit with your friends, doing all of that good stuff. So I have a few tips for you, do's and don'ts of what to do when you are partying on your college campus. So if you're interested, stay tuned. All right, number 1 thing that you want to do is you do want to travel in groups when you go to a party and stay with that group, right? We hear stories time and time again, year after year, about young women going out to parties while they're in college and just terrible things happening to them. Unfortunately, we live in a society where there are some people who are a little off out there. They're a little crazy and they do things that they should not do, especially when it comes to women. So if you are a woman, and even if you're a male, make sure that you go to the function with a group, okay? That group could be 2 people, 3 or 4 people, maybe even 5 or 6 people that you trust, that you're cool with. Make sure that you are keeping with the group as you move through the party. Like I said, when women are by themselves, in particular, even sometimes when men are by themselves, when there's alcohol involved, because let's be honest, okay, when you get on a college campus, most of them, I'm gonna keep it real, do have alcohol and drugs on their campuses. They probably shouldn't, but they do on a lot of cases. So when alcohol and drugs are involved, things sometimes get a little weird, they get a little muddled. So you always want to make sure that when you are partying, that you are going in a group and you are staying with that group. All right, tip number 2, you do not want to leave your drink unattended, and you do definitely want to know your limits. That's like a 2 for 1 here. But it kind of goes with what I was talking about a few moments earlier. We all know on college campuses, drugs and alcohol are a thing, right? So if you decide that you're going to indulge and have a drink, make sure that you always keep that drink with you. If you set it down somewhere and you go to the bathroom or you run to the dance floor to dance, do not drink from that same cup. You go and get you a new cup of something that you actually, know what's in the cup, right? Unfortunately, like I said before, some people out here are crazy. They've got some weird minds, and some people are known to drop things in your drink. It's also known as the date rape drug, if you guys don't know. So there's some weird things that can happen out here. I've definitely heard of young women being drugged. I've also heard of young men being drugged at parties. And if you're drugged and you're completely out, anything can happen, y'all. So make sure that you do not leave your drink unattended. And if you happen to leave it unattended, you leave that drink where it is. The next portion of this is knowing your limits. So if you are an individual, I do not support underage drinking. Let me put that out there. Let me say that. I don't support it. But I know that sometimes people who are underage do find themselves drinking, especially on a college campus. So if you know that you're one of those people who you've never drank before, maybe you know that you're lightweight, maybe you've only had a glass of wine with your parents before you left for school, but that's it, you definitely need to be careful about how you drink, okay? Because if you've never done it before, your tolerance for alcohol is going to be a lot lower, meaning you're going to get drunk faster. And if you guys have been on my channel for a while, you've been subscribed, you know that I am very, very open. I'm an open book, and I don't sugarcoat anything, right? I tell y'all like it is. So if you are not used to drinking, you are going to get drunk very fast, especially when you talk about going to a college party. If they have anything called Jungle Juice, it's gonna be strong, okay? They're gonna put anything and everything in there to make sure that people do, unfortunately, get drunk. So if you know you're a person that you've never drank before, then you should probably take it easy, right? Know your limits. If you're a person who maybe has indulged in underage drinking for a while, maybe you can handle a little bit more, right? But you definitely want to make sure that you know your limits, because you don't want to be one of those individuals that's completely drunk, completely oblivious. That's how you put yourself in a position to be taken advantage of. While we know these things shouldn't be happening on college campuses, the truth of the matter is they are. So know your limits and don't leave your drink unattended. All right, here is the number 3 tip. This one is a little bit more lighthearted and fun, but you definitely should not cut off the Greeks, okay? If you've never been to a college party, especially if you are going to an HBCU or a historically Black college or university, many times you will find that those Greek organizations, the AKAs, the Alphas, the Sigmas, the Deltas, they will have something called a stroll, right? And most times they will stroll at the parties that you attend. What you do not want to do is try to get in between their strolling line, right? A lot of times they will line up and they'll stroll through the party, right? Where people mess up at is they feel like they're gonna come in between the stroll. You don't want to do that, okay? That's not a good look. That is a perfect way, especially if you're a male and you get in between a frat stroll line. That's the perfect way to get punched in the face. They see it as an ultimate form of disrespect. So I had to learn that very, very quickly on my own college campus. So I want to let you guys know so you don't make the same mistakes that I did. So if you are at a party, the Greeks are strolling, please do not try to get in the middle of them, especially if you're one of those people that you're like, oh, I may want to be in a fraternity or a sorority. You definitely don't want to be the person that was trying to get in between their stroll at a random party, because then you're going to be that person and they're probably going to be looking at you like you crazy. So do not get in between the Greeks stroll. Let them do their thing. If you want to dance, cool, but you better wait for them to get out the way. All right, y'all, the number 4 do and don'ts for party is do dress to impress, okay? I've seen too many people at college parties that kind of like stroll in and they look like they just rolled out of bed, or they look super thrown away. I'm not a super shallow person by no means, but I feel like you definitely, especially when you're a freshman on campus, you definitely want to put your best foot forward, especially those first few parties that you go to. So I'm not saying overdo it and put on a club dress and 6-inch heels every time you hit up, you know, a function. I'm not saying that, but I am saying make an effort, look nice, take a shower before, okay? Because I've dealt with some people who they don't take showers before they go to parties, and they're in there musty, and then they try to spray over it's just bad, right? Make sure that you dress to impress and that you take care of those basic hygiene needs, okay? Because don't nobody want to be in a party next to you dancing and you stinking, and we don't want to deal with that. Make sure that you are dressing to impress and taking care of yourself before you go to that little fifi that you plan on going to, okay? All right, and my number 5 and last tip for you is do know your exits, okay? Most of the tips that I've given you have really been safety precautions, right? As I said before, there's a lot of things that happen on college campuses that probably shouldn't happen but do. So it's always important that you take the necessary precautions. What I mean by know your exits is if you're going to a house party or you're going to a party that's on campus, you want to know the different exits that you can use in the event that a fight breaks out, in the event that someone comes in trying to shoot up the place, because that's a legitimate thing, right? Or if there's anything else that happens where you need to quickly get out of the gym, okay? You want to know all of your exits in the function, okay, y'all? Now, I'm not trying to scare you guys. I'm not trying to make it seem like college is this dangerous place. Not at all, but you definitely want to be aware of your surroundings. Be aware of the people that are around you. We've had way too many stories, especially in the last few years, of students, especially Black students, who have ended up in really, really terrible situations as a result of other people's bad actions. And I want to make sure that that does not end up being you all your freshman year. So I want you guys to enjoy yourselves, have fun, turn up, be lit, do all of that, have the experience that you know that you should have, but also remember in the back of your brain that you want to make it to your graduation day without being really traumatized or without, you know, losing your life over something that you don't have to. So please, please, please take heed to some of the more serious do's and don'ts that I discussed in this video. And if there is a second video that you guys want me to do, you want me to go more in depth about party do's and don'ts, or you want me to talk about a specific thing, please let me know. I would love to do a video about college drinking, maybe drug use. We can talk about all of that. Just let me know in the comments what you would like to see, and I will be happy to do that for you. Before I get out of here, I do want to talk about this shirt that I have on. It is Pretty and Prayed Up. One of my former classmates created the brand. She's doing an awesome job. There's lots of different shirts that you can buy, lots of different colors. I absolutely love the message behind this. The link to these shirts will also be in the description box, so you can get a guide shirt and you can get a Pretty and Prayed Up shirt. But shout out to her, she's doing a wonderful job. She also has books and other merchandise that you guys can purchase as well, so please support her and her business. All right, guys, once again, subscribe if you're not subscribed to the channel already, and I will see you guys on the next one. Bye.